Dear I do Ghana, I am a young girl of 25 years. I'm Christian and Ghanaian. I want to know, is it necessary to wear a white wedding gown on your wedding or blessing day? This is a question we received from a young woman, and I'm going to answer it. But before we get into it, I wanted to give you a sneak peek of the look I created, inspired by this beautiful hair piece by Velma's Accessories, and the eye look I created using the Live in Color palette by KK Cosmetics. This look was perfectly complemented with a top from the Citrus Spice collection by Ophelia Crossland, and I Do Ghana collaborator. I'll be showing off some of her luxurious pieces in the coming days. Let's get into this video. So as I was saying, I received a question from a 25-year-old who wanted to know if white gowns is the only color to wear on your wedding day. And I will answer that question with a story. A woman named Esther was chosen to be in a pageant that will be a part of the process for which a king will choose his queen, right? And so she got chosen among the first 10 who made it into the king's palace. But before they actually went into the king's palace, which is only a privilege for the queen to be there, they were supposed to stay in another house for the women, for the 10 women that were chosen. And they were in charge of this man, a eunuch named Haggai. So from day one, Esther, knowing the king's eunuch, knows everything about the king. He's basically an extension of the king, so to speak. He knows everything about the king. He studies the king his whole life. The eunuch is dedicated to the king, so he knows anything and everything about the king. So she decided to yield herself to this servant, the eunuch named Haggai. Now the other 10 women decided to go with their idea of how to please the king. And so when it was time for them to go meet the king, they will pick whatever they think will beautify them, right? Without the help of Haggai. Now, mind you, Haggai has been living in this house, in these chambers for years, even before they got there. But they did not make use of Haggai's knowledge. And so one by one, each one's turn will come with a king. They will go, and then the king ended up not choosing them as his king. But when it came time for Esther, whose name is also Hadassah, to go meet the king, as she had began to do from day one that she entered the house, she sought the wisdom of Haggai the eunuch, the king's servant. She wanted to know, since Haggai is the one that knows the king, how do I please him? How do I dress up to please this king? What are the things that I can do that will make him favor me? And so Haggai was the one that advised Esther, in spite of all the things that they had at their disposal in the woman's chamber in the house of Haggai. There was so many beautification elements that Esther could have chosen, but she decided to go with Haggai's advice. And Esther, on the night of going to the king's chambers, she went with the advice of Haggai, and in the end she was chosen as queen of the king's empire. Why do I share this story? A lot of times in this industry, especially in the bridal industry, there are so many trends. There are so many trends that overwhelms brides. And so in choosing what's needful, what's important, they forget the joy that is ahead of them, which is being one with your king, being one with your groom. And that is the joy that should inspire you in whatever choices you make. How have you known the man of God that you're about to marry? How have you known your Lord? What are the things that please him? Now he is the one, you know, the momentous the momentous happening on the wedding day is when the bride is walking down the aisle. Why? Because she is to meet her king at the end of the aisle, and he is about to bestow his honor upon her, right? By calling her his missus. And so it is for the joy of knowing that we're going to be one with this king, with this groom, which is why we do the things we do. So more than what color gown you wear, more than what flavor cake you choose, more than what food, you know, I met one bride, I work with brides a lot, and we were at a venue and they wanted her to pick the menu choice right there and then, and she said, I can't do this without my husband to being here. She wanted him to be there. It's about the two of them, not just her. I know the industry has made it as though it's all about the bride, but there's the groom as well. And so as you make a decision to choose the things that are gonna go into your wedding, don't forget about your groom. Don't forget about your groom. It is him and you, not you and your bridesmaids, not you and your wedding planner, not you and the dreams that you had growing up, or you and your mother. It's you and him. If you cultivate that joy in you, it will direct you into picking the things that will please him, and in turn pleasing you as well, because you are to become one. What pleases him pleases you. That's what Esther knew, that whatever pleases the king is what pleases her, because they are about to become one. Now, I spoke this in symbolic ways, but I hope that this message takes seed in your heart, because the mystery of the king, the mystery of your husband, the mystery of your groom is the Lord Jesus, who is our ultimate husband. And everything we do is because he first loved us. And so his love causes us to do things that please him. Be blessed. Have a great day. So say I do.